That's you, no balls, all right? Pretty much 1 in 5 men are infertile or have some sort of infertility issue, right? Kind of weird to talk about, I know, straight off the bat. That's like 20%. That's a pretty big fucking deal. There was a bunch of studies on this. It's only getting worse, and shit's kind of fucked, all right? So pretty much we all know that testosterone has pretty much been going down over the past couple of decades, right? Kind of have an idea of why and all that, but it's worse than you think. Basically from the years 1950 to 2000, men's testosterone has been going down at a rate of like 1% a year, which doesn't seem like much initially, but pretty much your dad will have double your testosterone almost, and your kids, if you can have them, will have like half as much as you. So that's not really that good. You might be thinking like testosterone and like sperm, that's kind of like weird and like to talk about, but this really matters if you care about your future. Having high testosterone isn't about like having fucking gains and super strong and having a beard and all that. Bro, like if you got low tests, like chances are you probably can't have kids. Okay, and that's a big deal. Like that's like probably the most important thing in our life is to pass on to the next generation, you know, and make the next generation. And the fact that you might not be able to participate in that, like that's like fucking suicide worthy shit. Testosterone like really fucking matters, and I really want to drill that in your mind, and you should really take it seriously. So what is actually causing all this ball shrinkage within modern day men? Pretty much it can be summed down into one word: estrogenics. So estrogen is like the other balance to testosterone. So pretty much like men have a lot of testosterone and women have a lot of estrogen, okay? And they kind of balance each other out. Like you can't have super high test and super high estrogen or super low of each. Like it just doesn't really work like that. It's like a scale. Like, so it's like if you have 10 total units of estrogen and testosterone, it's like you have 8 testosterone and 2 estrogen, you know, and it kind of like, it balances out is what I'm saying. Like they work, what's the word for it? Like they work in, I don't know, they're fucking balanced, okay? And they do that. There's 3 main things in our modern world that give you a shitload of estrogen and fucks up your testosterone. So if you're like a girl listening to this, like I'd fucking doubt it, but you don't really need to listen to it because like estrogen is good for you. Like you should be eating soy and all that shit. But this is kind of just on the men's side. So anyways, so the 3 main things are environment, food, and lifestyle, okay? They're all super important, but they're like ascending levels. So it's like environment, then food, then lifestyle, okay? So I want to talk about environment, okay? What is the most important thing for humans and all other organisms on Earth to survive? Water, right? Pretty much all of it's fucked, okay? Tap water, terrible. Tons of fluoride, tons of chemicals, tons of unneeded metals in there. So yeah, pretty much water is fucked unless you have like a filter. So the specific filter that you should buy as soon as you can, like change your filters, or your parents let you, or you have your own house, is the reverse osmosis filter. Okay, I'll throw up a picture of mine, and it's basically this big ass thing, and we even have it where it's throughout the whole house. So even like the water that comes out of the shower is the same water that comes out of like the drinking water. So it's like everything is super like clean and filtered, and nothing is like irritating your skin. It's not getting heavy metals and fluoride in your fucking body when you drink. It's just super clean, right? Like aren't humans and other organisms stuff, aren't they like 70% water or some shit? So if 70% of you is fucked up by estrogens, it's not looking too good for you. So that's like the main thing of your environment. But another thing is like pretty much everything you touch and that you have on is like fucked, okay? So anything that isn't like 100% cotton or 100% silk is super bad, okay? Because it has plastics in it, which is filled with the man-made estrogens. So this shirt, for example, and everything I wear that's like touching my skin is 100% cotton or 100% silk. And this is really fucking important, especially if you're working out a lot, because all that shit that touches your skin when you work out and you heat it up and all that, like in your armpits and all that shit, like pretty much the way molecules work, when they heat up, they speed up. That's like how they heat up, I guess. And pretty much it makes it way easier for them to seep through your skin and for your skin to absorb it. So you're basically, every time you work out with some sort of synthetic material on and you get hot and sweaty and you're moving around, you're like supercharging the absorption of plastic into your body and your balls. So really bad. So the main thing, if you don't want to change out all your wardrobe and all that shit, like just buy like cotton underwear. That's like the big step that will help you with this. Like just go on Amazon, I'll link some below. Go on Amazon, pick up a pack of 12 or something, and just only wear cotton underwear for the rest of your life. I've made videos about this in the past. It is very important that you don't have your balls touching like synthetic material, especially when you're working out and it gets all hot and shit and it absorbs super quick. And I want you to think about this. Like if you disagree with me, like think about like how good is it really to have your fucking balls, the producer of testosterone, the meaning of being a man, fucking like touching and literally rubbing up against all day, fucking 12, 16 hours a day, touching up against like plastic and synthetic material. Like it cannot be good. There's literal studies on this. I'll link them if you want, but like just trust me, bro, get cotton underwear. So another thing in environment is receipts. So there was a study, receipts have like BPA on them, which is like another kind of harmful plastic derivative. And receipts have like a shit ton. Okay, so never touch a receipt again. Okay, someone asked you, do you want a receipt? No. Okay, get the online version or some shit. And this goes out to all my, cashier register workers and fast food workers. Bro, I literally quit my job at In-N-Out because I was a cashier and I had to keep touching receipts every single day. I was probably handling like 300 receipts every like fucking 3 hours or some shit. It was bad. And I was touching the receipts and like working that job before I knew about all this stuff. So it's like, as soon as I figured out, I put in my 2 weeks. Like, is that important? Okay. And especially there's a study. So like the amount of BPA on receipts is already bad enough, right? There's a study that they did. I'll fucking link it. That if you use hand sanitizer after like touching receipts, it increases the amount of BPA by like 100 times. Like not 100%, not doubling, but like 100 times worse. So you can imagine every day, okay, let me just touch these 3,000 receipts of In-N-Out fucking papers, right? And then I go wash my hands, use the hand sanitizer, and then eat my lunch, the fucking burger and fries with my hands. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're better now. So, but that's pretty much everything in environment. It literally is everything. Just look around you. You could probably look in your room and find 50 things that are made out of plastic. And literally just touching them increases your estrogen levels. So it's kind of all fucked. You can't really get away from it all. But my kind of strategy, my way of looking at it is just get out the big stuff. Like the 80-20 rule, just get the 80% of things that are like super bad for you and get those out and replaced. All right, next thing, food. The second most important thing, what goes in your body, just like the water, super important, okay? In the modern day, we're surrounded by seed oils, processed food, ultra processed food, fucking biomechanically engineered food, fast food, all that stuff, okay? Not good. You already knew that, but I'm gonna tell you how bad it actually is, okay? So pretty much nutrient dense foods, things that are actually good for you, have been demonized and scrutinized and criticized for the past 20 years, and everyone in America at least is feeling the effects of that. That's why obesity rates are up. That's why cancer rates are up. That's why every fucking negative metric is up in terms of health. And what I mean by that is think about the two most nutrient dense foods in the fucking world. And it's been like this forever. Eggs and red meat, okay? Eggs, okay? You can find probably 10,000 articles talking about don't have more than 1 egg a day or 2 eggs a day or it can increase your risk of heart disease and your cholesterol will go up. You fucking dumbass, bro. Cholesterol is the first ingredient to making testosterone. It's not bad for you, okay? We need, at least as men, we need cholesterol to make testosterone, okay? It is insanely crucial to our livelihood. Okay, so my phone ran out of storage, so I have to film the rest of the video on this shitty fucking webcam. All right, so sorry about that, but at least I have a mic this time. Pretty much what I was saying, cholesterol is super, super important. And everyone demonizes it, or at least fucking stupid people demonize it, which is most of the world. And they don't realize that it's the main building block of testosterone. It's literally the first ingredient of the process to create testosterone in your body. And where am I going with this? Let's think about the two worst foods that everyone talks about, like, that is, okay, don't eat too much of this. Don't whatever, eggs and red meat, okay? First off, you could probably see fucking 10,000 articles talking about how bad eggs are, okay? 2 eggs a day. Don't eat more than that. Your cholesterol will raise, you'll get heart disease and heart failure, and you're fucking, you'll just die. Not true at all, okay? Eggs are literally one of the most nutrient dense, beneficial, health maxed, test maxed, fucking manly things you could eat ever, okay? I have 8 of them a day, and I'm working up to 12, okay? The only reason I don't have 12 is because there's a shortage right now, all right? You can never have too many eggs. There's a guy that literally ate like 740 eggs in a month. His cholesterol went down, okay? I don't know if that's like the full story, but like, guys, it's not bad for you, okay? Fucking egg max, okay? Start doing egg maxing. Food number 2, red meat. Get as much of it as you can, okay? I have a pound a day, and the only reason I don't have 2 pounds a day is because it's expensive, but I'm working towards it, okay? Red meat is probably the second or first most nutrient-dense food in the world, behind eggs or tied with it. And, of course, there's, like, liver and shit, but most people aren't really into that. So pretty much if you want to optimize your food and diet on a super simple level, eat as much eggs and red meat as you can, okay? Now, there's different levels to this shit. Like, can you get organic eggs? Can you get pasture-raised eggs? Can you get organic pasture-raised eggs? You know, there's levels to it, and it pretty much depends on how much money you're willing to put in. Like, for example, the meat you're going to get vacuum sealed at Costco for, you know, $5 a pound in those big plastic packages. That's probably going to be worse than the grass-fed, grass-finished organic beef that you can get at your local farm that the guy just killed the cow the day before. You know, the way that I would treat it is get the highest quality of food that you can afford, okay? And get your fucking money up so you can get a better diet. And a lot of people do get kind of concerned, like, okay, does organic, even though it's more expensive, does it even mean anything? Or does these grass-finished and grass-fed actually, like, make a difference? 100% yes, okay? So really quickly, the way it works is, like, you get a chicken or cow, and they're spent 100% of their life indoors, you know, which is not good because they need the sunlight to produce the nutrients that is good for you so you can eat it later. But that's not even half of it. But the main thing is, like, their feed is, like, pretty much 100% made up of like phytoestrogenic like foods, I guess. It's not really food, it's more like grain, and they're fed all these like seed, like soy mixes, seed mixes, and those are really bad for you. You wouldn't eat them, so you don't want your food eating them, okay? Because they pretty much just pass on to you. So like I said, just get the highest quality of shit you can afford. If you can't afford organic grass-fed, grass-finished beef, literally just normal beef is fine. Obviously it's not ideal, but it's better than not having meat or beef or just chicken all day, you know? So that's pretty much everything to do with food. And now I'm going to talk about the most important thing for your testosterone and limiting estrogen, okay? It is your lifestyle, okay? If you are sitting inside all day, not communicating with anyone, and being like a little hermit, sorry, my dog's barking, having zero connection and zero like actual life outside of your fucking room, that will tank your testosterone beyond any food, any environment that you're in, any amount of estrogens that you consume. This will fuck it up the most, okay? The way you get around this is competition, okay? Competition is the single highest driver of testosterone, and there's not a single thing that measures up to it, okay? I'll put up this graph. Look at that. It's literally like 3 times as much as like sex, bro. Like, you think that shit boosts your test, bro? Get in a fight with a dude, okay? That shit will make your nuts fatter in like a day. You can have all the eggs and beef that you want, but if you're not constantly engaging in competition, like some sort of martial art or some sort of sport, or even a mental sport like chess, dude. Chess players have fucking fat nuts, okay? Because they're constantly in a competition against another man. That shit will boost it to the moon, okay? That's like TRT levels of testosterone. To sum up this video, go down the list of lifestyle, food, and environment and fix those things in order, okay? And I know it's kind of a lot to handle, but I really want you to kind of get this mindset. Like I said in the beginning, this is the future of your life, okay? These are your kids. These are your like sperm, bro. These are your balls.
These are your hormones which determine everything in your life, okay? No matter what kind of external circumstances, your hormones determine everything, okay? And if you ever feel like, oh, this shit doesn't matter and stuff, like, bro, you might not be able to have a son, bro. You might not be able to raise a kid in your life. This shit fucking matters. So keep that in mind, and if you really care about it and pretty much want to guarantee that you can have healthy kids and a healthy life with high testosterone, you can click the top link in the description, and I can help you personally, like one-on-one, to get you super fast results. I know all this stuff is kind of scary to think about, and it kind of feels like there's no hope and stuff, but I'm going to be making videos in the future talking about how you can actually like reverse all this shit and fix all of it and make you actually have fat nuts and pretty much guarantee that you can have kids. So thanks for watching. See ya.